Conrad TV, no hearsay, hey, hey.
Mayday.
It's Conrad TV, no hearsay, hey, hey.
Just different.
It's Conrad TV, no hearsay, hey, hey.
Just different.
It's Conrad TV, no hearsay, hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. One thing is certain, it's gonna be crazy, yo.
Conversational radio TV, just different.
Hey.
It's a Friday afternoon, ladies and gents, and that was the man himself, DJ Mbita. Do follow him on his Instagram pages. This man makes our Fridays count.
Let me tell you something.
What are you gonna say?
Had it not been Dineo coming up, I was gonna say, you know what? Let's cancel the interview and just listen to Mbita.
Are you gonna be that guy?
No, had it not been Dineo, dog, it's Dineo.
So what about me, dog?
Dog, come on. Like, we understand.
Mmuso, you're gonna be this guy. You know, these are times where friendships get tested. You know, because of how about to say about change all of a sudden. Ladies and gents, that was DJ Mbita. You know, it is still Conrad TV. Right here, live in studio, bringing you live conversations with real people, women leading in the digital media space. You know, like I said, I don't want to introduce this lady because actually I've caught emotions. Kike hurt. Please introduce our guest, Mmuso.
She doesn't need an introduction.
Yeah?
That's it.
Yeah,
that's the introduction, bro. Like, that's it.
This is how well known this person is.
Dude, like,
She's the lady with the vibe.
the vibe.
All right, ladies and gents, a round of applause for the honorable Bonanga. This lady from Channel from Boost. What's a hacker monarch? It's a guy gets one boom, I'm gonna release this track. I was telling me, set out. I can say, let's welcome Dineo Langa, ladies and gentlemen.
This intro, my God.
Bona. We're doing the right thing, making sure that we are sanitized on both sides of our hands, ladies and gents. We are masked up because we do want to just, keep conveying the message of lockdown, making sure that we're keeping safe, sanitizing, and doing the right thing. Thank you very much, Bra Bongs, for that. Oh, is that what we're doing? Yeah. Is that what we're doing? Okay. All right, Mmuso. Man, you know what? We learn from the best. We learn from the best. And I don't want to now take credit for it. TV. Presenting skills are highly But firstly, I want to say thank you very much, Lana, for taking time to be here with us. I think a lot of people I've also just missed an opportunity just to chat with you.
Yeah.
Just to catch up with you.
Yeah.
You know,
but I think Tanzi relebohele Ntate Langa.
Thank you.
Yes.
Alukulutsi
Amen.
mewalelapa.
Amen. Thank you.
We appreciate him as well.
And I also want to say, this is the talented man, Mr. Solo himself.
Yeah.
Yes.
This man's got, like, his rap game, dog. It's like, it's on another level. And this man also himself is a rapper.
Yeah. He's a lawyer and a rapper.
Yeah, he's an attorney.
Explain.
Thank you.
Actually, no, I can't ask for the explanation because baby girl Motu has an accounting background.
Yes.
And he raps. So,
yes.
So you know what I mean?
Yes.
Great choice.
So, Ms. D,
yes.
It's our second show here on Conrad TV.
For real.
And we just really, think of it this way. It's like we just meet Rego Kone and then we just have conversations.
Dope.
I know that guy's trying to be, brother, way. Hello, we love you, but we see you. Oscar going market agaro namo.
Hi, the brother.
But just the first question: if someone does not know who Dineo is,
yes,
and you were to summarize it, and if just imagine the show, someone was listening to it in 2030.
Shucks.
Right?
Yes.
Hallelujah.
It's not good.
So just introduce yourself to our listeners, to our guests. Who are you? Where are you from?
Yeah.
And what you are about, girl?
Sure. Okay, that's a very, very tough one. Dumelang sanibonani molweni. Goeiemôre. Absheni nda. Jeez, sanmonani. My name is Dineo Langa. Ngishade kwa Langa, ke ngwana ga Moeketsi. Ke sihlokolwana sa ga Plata, even though I may not use the surname. Ewe ndingumXhosa, and I'm also Tswana. I'm raised by my maternal family. I'm an artist first, beyond anything else, and a creative. Sorry, Eric, it was such a busy. Whitey, guys. We are inseparable. So, yeah, I'm an artist. I'm a creative. I recently stepped into the producer hat. I'm a woman chasing after her best self in the best ways possible.
You've said it so well.
Best self.
Best
Do you
self.
have a vision of that? Do you have
100%.
a vision of your best self? Please share with us.
The vision of my best self. Firstly, it's a woman who loves herself.
Yeah.
And truly calling myself out on and living up to everything I imagine myself to be.
Yeah.
That is an incredible actress.
Yes.
You know, I don't sit here thinking I've reached that by any small feat. I haven't. I want to still be a performing musician because I studied music, and it's one of the things where I don't take it for granted, and I can say that I've been walking the journey of eliminating the fear behind that. So the woman I want to be eliminates her fears in order to go for what she wants.
Yeah.
She is the consummate businesswoman who knows what it means to put people first, and especially black people, because we are the leg up that we all need. I sit here and I watch Thato Molamu, and I know that I was on a set with him 2 years ago, and I understood that he had a vision in terms of his business, and he had a vision of where he wanted to be as an entrepreneur, and he had a vision for who he wanted to be perceived as in the media space. So I sit back and I go, that's somebody who's making it happen, right? And if we are black, and if we are all pushing towards one vision and being each other's resources in this game and in this business, that means I come to Thato Molamu and Mmuso show and I show up.
Yes.
You know, I show up in the best way possible because that is how we build the network. I am every bit endeavoring to be an effervescent but very strong traditional healer. Very, very proudly. And, you know, the journey is one where you are constantly learning. You cannot sit there and say, I am the encyclopedia of this thing when a client walks into your space. So there's an element of really understanding it is operating through you. The power is not yours, it's theirs. It's being an incredible wife to an incredible husband, because effort is an everyday thing. You wake up to make an effort. You wake up to make the choice to make an effort. It's being an incredible business partner to him and understanding the distinctions between the two so that it doesn't sort of spill over into the other in a bad way. And that's not always the narrative with couples. Not just black couples, but just couples in general. It's very tough for them to do that thing. So it's endeavoring to be the anomaly at the end of the day. And a lot of people aren't realistic about that. They go, we've got into business together. And then you're just like, oh.
Hold up.
And then there's a board meeting and and you're like, oh, okay,
Dinsa.
Okay, shut up. You know, so it's endeavoring to be that, but to also be happy, man. To also be so full of joy and present for when the big moments come. Because I know that in my past I've missed the big moments because I'm like, okay, what's the next thing? Where are we going? Let's just keep it moving. And it's imploring myself to always be of present mind and making sure that I didn't miss anything that God gave me in this life.
Hey, Monday.
You know, because you are able to like put every single thing that you've learned and then structure the messaging, and it becomes so clear. So it is Information Month, right? And a lot of times when we speak about education and the role of education, and why education itself is important.
Yeah.
I always say that education is information. It's just
Yeah.
that the education part is just structuring so that you
100%.
become a critical skills thinker, you're able to resolve problems much quicker, and also you are taught the principles of listening as a skill, right? Now, you are in the space of law, Mr. Matlala. You understand that the importance of preparedness, you understand the importance of planning and so forth,
Research,
and research and so forth. And because of also, it's also Africa Month.
Yeah.
Right, and you spoke about culture.
Yeah.
You spoke about, I understand my calling. You spoke
Yeah.
about my peoples, are there. You spoke about entrepreneurship. You also spoke about marriage
Yeah.
and the importance of coming together and understanding that we all are playing different roles.
100%.
So because a lot of times we jump into marriages, we believe, or no, in this marriage, I bring in 80%, and you my partner, you just a 20% shareholder.
In your
here.
corner.
Sit there in your corner there, you know what I mean? And it's such an important thing, so also even when we talk to couples right now that are listening in, to say, maybe go back and reflect, right, about your relationships. But I want to touch on the issue of entrepreneurship and the importance of it. Why is it so important, especially for women, right, to diversify, right, especially with the opportunities in digital times? We talk about how technology itself can change your livelihood. How are you, as an entrepreneur, someone who's coming into producing, going to use technology, right? We've got social media. We've got now apps that you can do crazy things, market yourself. And these are platforms that are for free. And a lot of people don't know. And I know a lot of our listeners have had, hey, man, I get locked down. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life, right? And with the experience that you have and the knowledge that you have, people that you've interacted with, I mean, I've seen you interact a room. You work Joe. What makes a room I'm like, yo, man, I want to be like that girl.
She
This
captures
girl knows
the
how-
room.
She captures the room,
Captures the
because
room.
of she's got that aura. And, that's the one thing, nah, Joe, and I just observe,
That's very true. I've seen it. I've seen
and
that.
observe greatness quite well. And that's what I think a lot of people will never know. And that's why today we want to have that conversation so that people can just to really get an understanding of who we're not just talking to an actor, just singer, but this is someone who's holistic, right? Very, very smart. She's got wit. Wow,
Now I'm palavela 10 noto. 10 noto. You bloody that's one little
So, Xhosa Tswana lady, because of just a quick one, it might not be, but in the Northwest, Xhosa is the second most spoken language. So
You
it seems
lied
like
to
Batswana le Maxhosa ga le ba-
Go na le
ga le ba
vibe.
lavana.
Go na
So
le vibe.
isn't that also the case in Free State?
It is actually because of Bo Matatiele.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll find even some Xhosa people bo Qwaqwa in those spaces. So there is that sort of interconnectedness, and I will say, maternally, hona le Basotho as well. In the journey, they've made themselves apparent. Hore no, re Basotho.
Yes.
And you need to come to us in this space.
Yeah.
Gazileje, and you also have to go and get this type of cloth to embrace us.
Okay.
You understand? So the beauty of it is you meet your family online. Online in your dream space. Like, ho tlabana le nkoko o tla re, no, ke motho jena, ke hudisitse ona, ke ntate wa ona, ke mme wa ona, ke nkgono wa ona. And you're just like, kganya ke a leboha. Because it's bizarre. It's like you're time traveling almost, where you get to sit and you go, oh, cool. So they actually build your family tree for
Spiritual
you.
social media.
Serious. And you're the only one who can subscribe. That's the nice thing. Even in your family, in your living family. Let's say when I live Mmuso brothers.
Yeah.
And you're both gifted.
Yeah.
You would not be getting the same messaging. Yes, you would ultimately have, let's say, people you experience in the physical world. You say, okay, ke ntate moholo wa rona ona, ke rakgadi wa rona ona, and they passed away at a particular time. Those are the people you have in common.
Yeah.
But let's say 200 years back, you won't get the same two ancestors because in your life's contract, you signed on to say, ke tla bereka le malome Tsotetsi, ke bereke le nkgono Molamu, ke bereke le Molamu moholo, from the 1700s. That's your life contract. That's what you signed before you were even incarnated into this world. That's the contract you signed. And then Mmuso abare, I'm going to work with predominantly our feminine ancestors, where you could have a combination of feminine and masculine, even though the masculine exists. But baeng ba mosebetsi ba metelang pele
Yes.
ke basadi. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's very it's intricate.
So
in that way.
I'm actually very happy that you're sharing this information with us, because we've been flustered and bombarded with a lot of Western thought.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I thought like I'm really intrigued by the things you were saying, because I believe in the past, or maybe there was a culture of keeping the science of the spiritual realm hidden in our cultures, right? So what I want to ask you is there any reconciliation, right? Between Western thought, right? And our traditions. Like, is there any reconciliation at all? Because, for instance, you'll find that the West will attribute dreams to your subconscious mind. But just because they're attributed to your subconscious mind, it does not mean that you're not being communicated through your subconscious mind. So that's why I'm asking for the reconciliation. Like, do they reconcile? Or, and if they do, does that mean that they've intentionally made us believe that they don't, and this is right and this is wrong?
Mara, what's in the school, man? What's in the school, man? What's in the school? Because I just want to keep repeating, because of it's Africa, man. The conversation themselves, it's so relevant. We'll go back to the technologies, but I think we never also preserve our culture knowledge. We never preserve it.
We
don't.
And right now, what you've just done is that you've just taken us there. So
this is archived now.
So basic. I almost asked you something. What's after? I like the fact that you asked that question, because funny enough, I'm going through a series of new learnings, and we were talking about how, ka batho ba batsho, motho o tla tla ko wena a le client a re ko wena semang mang wa ntoya ka batla molata ka gadima
ke fofa ka broom.
ke batla molata ka dinta, and you're just like,
Hold up.
and it's ideals that have come to us through the West. I won't say it is from the West. It's ideals that have come to us through the West, although some people attribute it to being from the East.
Okay.
Gore, the things you do will come back to you. Ha etswa ka molomo fela, because baba holo ba re no, le ka pelo motho a o tshwara ka pelo. Yona ntho ke boloi.
Na ke bitsa boloi.
For a lot of people they say ntho ke boloi. So we were talking about how motho abatle ganya le lesedi ho wena gore no bolwetse bo motshwareng bo tsamaye, but also you must remember that the frequency with which you engage this thing that's happened to you, or how it even came to you, right? It is the belief of ntho tsena di a kgonahala ho etsahala, but there's an understanding of it, and then there's ingesting it for yourself. So if you are at a low frequency, motho o romelang ka dintho tse di fail, they're sending them to you on a low frequency already. So ha ka o krea o le mona, oh no, good shot. Moski open door police ka kena mona. A o krea o le thapelong o bua le modimo wa hao le badimo ba hao, and you are just like, I'm not paying attention, please protect me from everything. Ha ke batle lo tseba hore ke mang yang romelang ka ntho tsena tse di tshila. Right? High frequency, low frequency, it can't penetrate you. Ha ntse hore kopa fela le nsirelletseng. Ha ke na taba hore ke mang. And the West has said that. The West has said low frequency. If you engage things from a low frequency, then you're more vulnerable. You'll be vulnerable to people's thoughts, their doings, their actions against you. The second you place yourself at a high frequency, and this applies to us. How can I kopa umphidise? O batla pholoso motho wa modimo e fela o tla ka ntwa. It doesn't make sense. Pholoso ya hao is not up to me. Pholoso ya hao, you have to say, okay, hona le lefifi ke batla le hlatswa, right? Ke batla le tloe mona. That's fine. But the second, if you're going to walk out of the practice and say, yeah, wallahi o tlo bona jwale, you're going to come back to me 2 weeks and say, ha ke fole, ho etsahala? And I'm like,
Hold up.
Femo, ha ntso re ya. Ntate moholo, Matlala. Ke mata mona. A tloge. O ikopa maitshwarelo. What
You're
am I
not
supposed to do?
listening, comrade.
You're not listening to me. I
Yeah.
am the vehicle through which your ancestors are administering healing. But to reach them and to reach your healing,
Yeah.
you've got to shoot up that frequency.
Absolutely.
So when they shoot up the frequency, I'm very sorry.
That's fine.
I'm
Why are you
very
apologizing?
intrigued. I'm extremely
Just
intrigued.
apologize for Skhwasa or
Okay.
Okay.
So here's the thing now,
Yeah.
right? On the same frequency chat,
Yeah.
if they get to that higher frequency,
Yes.
does this also mean that their ancestors could communicate with them directly?
You mean the people who let's say the client who came to seek healing?
Yes.
Okay. If they lift their frequency, absolutely. E mong le mong wa lora. It doesn't necessarily mean you're gifted.
But they just don't understand what the dreams mean.
They don't understand
And you
what
would then help to say,
yes.
okay.
To say, okay, you're seeing that the scars are going away.
Yeah.
Let's say I did the ritual, utlile, I helped you as a client. And then in your dream, wa bona ntatemoholo wa hao wa ha Matlala, a kena le wena monokeng, dipped you, you guys swam, you came out, and there was a big light. I say to you, he also facilitated the cleansing on his side in the spiritual realm. So when you see the light, you are now in a good place.
The traffic light is green.
You're green lit.
Omnat.
You
Come
lit,
on, you
but in a
okay?
good way.
Uleti.
Lit.
Uleti. In a more spiritual, positive way, brother.
I want to answer your question. Why is entrepreneurship important, especially for black females?
Yes.
I will speak from the entertainment sector.
Yes.
It is important because the black female is the last considered person in terms of the food chain. You can supply the food chain insofar as being a laborer.
Yes.
But the second you are seeking ownership,
It's a problem.
it is unheard of still.
Yeah.
In the greater scheme of things.
Yeah.
When you look at all the young girls who say, oh, you inspire me, and you ask them, why do I inspire you? They go, oh, because I see you on my screen and you look pretty. And it's fine to love beauty. It's fine to love beauty. But we have to begin to understand as black women how to sustain ourselves in a business like this. That we need to understand what goes into the business model before we do anything else. Because there's things like I can tell you, I found myself working for as long as I did, and I dreamed some new dreams. I sat there and I said, okay, Dineo, how do you make those come to life? You upskill yourself. It is a business that allows you to upskill yourself, but don't take it for granted. Because if it's something like a production, the shortcomings will show. Audience may not know the intricacies of production, but they can spot when something is off.
Yes.
You know, and for me, I sit there and I go, we also have to task ourselves with empowering each other.
Yeah.
Hi, Frikadel.
You just go Mark Frikadel.
So it's we have to task ourselves with empowering black people.
Yeah.
There are so many people that come to any actress, any actor that go, I want to be on screen. Every day. Every day you get that sort of line of questioning to say, ke nyako actor jo ke kena yang to mbolelaneng ka di audition a let's di extra.
Yeah.
And for me, I ask myself, when will we as businesses start asking our black brothers and sisters, what do you want to do in 5 years?
Yes.
What goes beyond you being an
Vision.
extra?
Vision.
What if you look here at the crew, if you look at what's going on, what intrigues you? What are you drawn to?
Yeah.
Are you looking at that AD and wondering what that person is doing? Are you intrigued by the equipment?
Yeah.
Now let's go further, because empowering doesn't mean shadow fela. Empowering means sending the lift back down, and sometimes it's okay mo potleng.
Yes.
Cause ya teng it's okay mo potleng gore Mmuso o batla ruta sound o serious. And if you have the means, I'm not saying every business has the means.
Yes.
Mmuso o rata sound sharp. Mmuso ke short course.
Yeah.
Give it your all. Go do it. 3 weeks. Commit yourself. Oboe. See what you now understand about what the head of sound is doing.
Yes.
And if we have to do it at an assessment level, because then we are encouraging black people to grow.
Absolutely.
Taba tsa gore ya wena, why do you deserve? Why wena nkaro na le dilaki ga se dilaki, guys.
Ke bona boloi bo.
Yes.
You know, you said something very important. One, you spoke about upskilling. So the upskilling speaks to the information and the education that you also invest.
Yeah.
And I think even earlier I wanted to talk about personal investment.
Yes.
Personal investment does not necessarily mean that you have to take out money to invest. It's just the time that you spend and sharing your time very cleverly to say, okay, if I am going to be on social media, if I'm going to be reading material, it has to be material that is aligned with my vision and my goal, right?
Yes.
With your better self.
With your better self.
100%.
And I love that you also spoke about fear, right? That's something that you also do, is that you break new fears. So it's important also that
And you've got to
single
heal
year,
that fear.
You've got to heal the fear.
You've got to do the work. A lot of people don't do the work behind healing. Some people just chug it down and it catches up with you. It catches up with you when you're with a Thato Molamu and you're on an international set and there's an international director and suddenly you choke. Suddenly that bag of emotions that you have that were readily available to you are just not functioning. Because there's a part of you, and because I'm also learning chakras right now, there's a part of you in your, I think it's the sacral. Is it the sacral or is it the base? One of the two. There's a part of you in one of your chakras where you are saying, I'm not good enough. And you haven't healed that. You haven't done... Listen, somebody will say it's kumbaya, wishy-washy BS for you to do the affirmations. The affirmations come into your crown chakra to go into your system.
Don't get me started, girl.
Listen, like I'm just trying to say, heal the fear.
You are taking me back to 2018 when I went to India. I remember I just left set. The following day I flew. And I was there for 2 weeks. And that's what it was really dealing with those fears. I said, man, I'm going into business full time, right? I'm going to earn my salary. I'm putting together a team. We're going to start a school. Very, very ambitious. But I'll tell you, I was scared. And all those fears, obviously, they came from my background, my upraising, and just things that I used to see, and also people having cheated me also even in business many times, I mean,
Before you
know.
had me. Before you had me. Now, I'm like, come here. Come.
You picked your fighter. You picked your fighter.
You know what I mean? And it's really that, because of also in business, we need to understand who are your stakeholders that play a big role.
Yeah.
A lot of times we start business, we don't even understand the importance of having a lawyer.
Oh.
Or an attorney, someone who just makes sure that, listen,
a business
you've
manager.
got a contract, right? Now, this deal that you are getting into, what exactly are you guys going into partnership with? I mean, these are conversations we'd have like, okay, Thato, now that you send me this contract, but what am I supposed to do? Then you start to understand, that communication that becomes important. You spoke about that's the challenges that women have.
Yeah.
But here you are, you've built your career over time, you've diversified, you got married, but you're still pushing on.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
You still push, and you're saying that I haven't yet arrived.
Yeah.
Now, there's many women that sometimes, because of the households can be so tough, the challenges can be so tough and so difficult. What is it that we need to start supporting, or what's the conversation we need to start really having with our black sisters? Because I'm also about black women empowerment.
Yeah.
What conversations do we need to have to start with the healing here? Because the psychological healing speaks to the intentions that you also put out to the universe. Alignment with the chakras,
100%.
so you can make your intentions clear.
Yes.
Because of Barisisa feelings are
100%.
And I think a lot of our women, because we've beat them down so much, physically, emotionally, we've told them that they're not good enough. We told them that why you can't be here. This is the boys' club.
You've prescribed the places that they can be in.
Yeah, this is the boys' club. And in the boys' club, you can, and I'm like, ladies, start your own thing.
Yeah.
Start your own thing.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. There's more numbers.
They are.
Numbers in the game matter.
Yeah.
They matter. So culture, it speaks to identity. Oh, bana baba tsening sekolo. Bana ba sekolo. Sanitizing.
My elbows. I keep realizing as I keep doing it.
Are you saying that your elbows... But anyway, it's fine. Oh, Lana. Thank you, Malome. Thank you, Malome. But I just want to go back to that, upskilling, training, breaking the fear, culture. So if you understand yourself as a human being holistically, what kind of a person would you be? How effective will you be in the spaces that you get into? With everything that you've learned and the experiences that you have, how has that made you into the great person that you are today?
I'm not even there yet. I don't even want to lie. I don't sit here and let me, firstly, I am also learning to take in and say thank you first.
Yes.
So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Gratitude.
Let me not disregard what you're saying to me. I'm very grateful that you see that.
Yeah.
And I have to start seeing that within myself. There is a love and acceptance that I have to start implementing and imploring for myself so that I can go, oh, Thato's right. Ke motho o lokileng. Not that I don't believe hore ke motho o lokileng. Maybe I put a highlight on many other attributes that I have. But you know, I think if we were all to be honest with ourselves and stop this narrative of kholada, that time is not on my side. You know, I look at men and men chase it no matter what the age is. They're like, oh, no problem.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. Nka stata kgwebo, nka ya sekolong. Doesn't matter that I have a child, that I'm married. I can get my dream car. All these things. And I find there is a mass thinking of, it's late. I'm too old. What will they think of me? I mean, won't they think that I'm out of place if I endeavor to do X?
So you are talking to the fact that people that have probably gotten their PhDs, degrees, diplomas 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start having a different and say that you can still learn even now.
You can still learn even if you can't afford the PhD.
Yeah.
You have to sit there and go, okay, in this you talked about this world of technology. And I'm personally loving it because it's forced me out as a creative as well.
Yeah.
You sit there and there's people talking, forget the talk of who's doing what on Facebook and Twitter. Look out for where people are giving out, you know, I won't say a handout.
Free courses.
Free
that
courses
are also
that
online?
free courses that are also online. So there's the Harvards that are doing online courses.
Harvard X.
And there's many other universities around the world.
Coursera is also one of them where you can go to Coursera and you get a lot of courses from different universities.
Yeah.
And you got to give a big shout out to the university that have understood that for us to change an economy, we need to start making information accessible.
100%. Because it honestly can't be that by virtue of circumstance, only this type of person deserves.
Yes.
Because then, as black people, some of us in our corners who are none the wiser, we've ingested that. We've lived with that. We've carried that on our backs of, oh no, education is meant for this type of person. And if you are educated, Thato Molamu, when you're going to go home to Mafikeng, there's going to possibly be somebody who's a neighbor who'll go, Thato ita go betere ka koloi nyana ya gagwe." You know, and nobody's actually challenging themselves to go, why do I think Thato ita go betere? Why do I engage his energy like that? It is because ga ke na. Yaanong ga ke sena. What am I doing about it?
The projection
You
of
know,
your own fears.
data because you find a way to afford the data. So if you can find a way to afford the data, what are you looking for in this pool of online information that's so vast? Yes, we can kiki about Mutowileng. We can laugh at the videos of bo barking girlfriend allowance or whatever it's called. We can laugh at those videos. And then what? Does it add to you at the end of how
Value.
What are you dreaming about? What are you setting out for your week? Let's say maybe you're cutting for 50 rand per household. You're saying in a day I can do 3. That's 150, 5 days a week, and maybe a Saturday. You've garnered some sort of money to go, okay.
Even a Sunday, right?
Even a Sunday as well, if you want. You know, there could be a granny who says, "Ha ke tswa kerekeng, ke tla go fa madi a gago." So take all that money and say, "Ke nyaka go reka laptop."
Absolutely.
Do you understand?
So it's planning.
It literally comes down to, what am I doing with my time? Because we don't think of it. We're just like, oh, I get to sit at home, get locked down. Public holiday,
7 weeks of it's a public holiday for 7 weeks.
No, and yes, we are all eating, but think about it. If you're sitting at home and there's means and ways, and yes, we're not allowed to move. Okay, you've got to find a way to say, okay, Magogo, they say we can do groceries. Phonela Mas Banbani across the street and say, Mama, ngicela ungiphe ilisti ngizayokulandela ama grocery Kit Kat or wherever, you know. I'll fetch you lawo magroza for 20 rand. And you say to yourself, I can do that for how many households, right? You speak to the store manager. You find a way to speak to the store manager and say, I'm not overbuying. I'm buying for X amount of households. You start to give yourself the position of ownership, and
So
you
this
go.
is IP, no? This is IP.
You
She's
cannot
she's
use
literally
it.
talking
You cannot
about
use
an
it.
idea where she's talking about how you can help even the elderly.
Yeah.
As a young person, and create a business model
Yeah.
where you are gonna say, I could help so many
Don't say
households.
those things on air.
Okay.
Okay,
I gave out a full idea.
No, but then that is the true sense of empowerment. You
Yeah.
know?
Yes.
When you're not and that's a nice thing about being on a higher frequency. You know that if you have a good idea, you can share it. You can have another one. Why is it our fella lamole?
100%.
And that's why she's saying, look, I accept your approbation or compliment,
Yeah.
but this is not like guys I could do better than this, you know.
You know what I like about it is because of right now, definitely even to most of our listeners that are probably thinking that you can't come up with ideas. There's an idea. You know, how can you play a role in your community? Right? And this is one of the ideas that you could take and say, okay, I could then start making money out of it. Because technology, guys, I mean, we talk about e-commerce
How do we
sites.
tune in? Sorry, there are people asking me via Instagram.
Well, you can go. There's actually a streaming line, Conrad TV.
Yes, at Mmuso Matlala, they should just follow. No, not follow me. Just go to my link in bio.
Yeah,
it's
Okay.
there.
and then you just connect it and then it'll take you to the
Yeah.
link.
I'm a
To the-
bit-
yeah.
Okay.
Conrad
so
TV 12345.
Gona le batho ba that want to listen and they can't listen.
Do they have any questions?
I doubt it.
There's a great comment here.
Yeah.
In fact, I think you must do the honors.
The comment today's topic, you at Thato and Mmuso for hosting shows like this. Dineo, you are an inspiration to many
Yeah.
people, young and older. God bless you guys. This is from Baba Lomogase.
Oh.
Hey, yo, Pabali,
Pabs.
Pabs.
Thank you,
Pablo.
Pabs,
Pabs.
oh fantastic, oh fantastic.
Yeah.
And you know, guys, we've got about just 6 more minutes, right? And
That's
I don't want
it? No.
Girl, you know, this is like the thing, like these conversations like happen and you just like find that the time has moved. But we've also got a very, very, diversified next speaker. And that's why even today we brought you and her together, right? Because
Yeah.
she's the chairperson of SA Women in ICT. Her name is
amazing.
Miss Sonabise Sebata. She works in the 4IR space. She understands the space of technology.
Yeah.
She has a lot of powerful women. I mean, I was very fortunate last year at Women's Day. They invited me to be the only male speaker there. I was like, oh, man. Right? But I think that there's value even for you to meet with her. Absolute value.
100%.
Right? Because of now. We're talking about how technology can advance, your financial income. Now, you've been also an influencer where brands would also want to collaborate with you, and that's how you make money. And people also don't even know that you can make money with your social media platforms.
Yeah.
Right? And as you produce, you're saying, okay, I'm advancing, and it's a new space that I'm also going into.
Yeah.
And I know you're going to do well in it. Right? Because home not a lot of lehabile neke accountant. We're going to make a lot of money.
Oh, that guy, he's not playing around. He brings in the sobering element of the business to go, Emma Bailey. It's exciting as an idea.
Yeah.
But
yes.
have you considered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I'm like, can we just live in the bubble of excitement?
And
He
he's
goes,
like, no, no.
logistics need to come into play.
Yes.
How are we going to do this? And I go,
Does every business that you want to start need money? Or is that the investment that you could also make is your time?
oh, that's a tough one.
Can I
Because
help?
because
But-
Please.
no, I mean you can
So- so
share.
You need capital, and capital does not have to be monetary. There's social capital.
Human capital.
Explain social
You know,
capital for someone who
social
wouldn't know what
capital
social capital is.
Is the ability for to have Dineo here at our show
Yeah.
without having to pay her. That is
Yeah.
capital. Her time is money.
Yeah.
So you can actually cost that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's capital.
Yeah.
You know, and there's human capital. Those are the hours that you're putting in.
So could we then say Melanga now, her time that she spent, she can actually cost it and say, for me to have developed my brand and my name to be here, it's because I've gone to these interviews, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Therefore, I've invested R1 million. into my personal brand. And that's what a lot of people also don't know. You went and you studied also music.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, we don't like take that into account. I'm like, you do know that's like the investment that you've made.
Yep.
Now, how do you when I learned that I don't know, babe, I love your idea.
Yeah.
Right? But have you considered? What's the one thing? Because I know accountants, they're like,
Patia fela.
Patia fela.
Patia fela. The excitement goes out the door.
it's only a 10. It's like, yeah, I hear you, but you have a contract in place.
Oh.
So for someone, I know that a lot of us are probably sitting and wondering, can I start a business now? Do I need 10 million rands to start my business?
Yeah.
Or can I just go into my black book and the people that I know in my circle and then start talking to them about how then I want to start this business? How do you even sell a vision to an investor?
That one is the most daunting of all tasks. I don't want to lie. Because for some people, they've got the gift of the gab.
Yeah.
But at the same time, included in that gift of the gab, they understand that you must come with a proposal, must break it down for the investor, whole SWOT analysis, the works. Some people will think, I just want to tell you the idea. You love it if I tell you. But unfortunately, they're not articulate enough.
Yes.
That's when you need the business partner. That's when it's lovely that Mmuso was khwasa tonayan.
Yeah.
But working with the Thato Molamu
Yeah.
and Matlala used to watch Generations.
Hey.
And Thato Molamu walks in with Mmuso and goes,
Yeah.
Nicholas, uzothini?
Yeah.
And there lies the difference sometimes. Sometimes it's just that small thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even, I'm not talking about get a celebrity to make your business have leverage.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just having somebody who's personable, somebody who people have come to trust in this situation to sort of back your idea, or in the business spectrum to say, okay, Dineo has this vision.
Yeah.
I'm connecting the two of you. I'm extracting myself in this, beyond this meeting.
Yeah.
But I am endorsing it.
Okay.
And that makes somebody sit up and go, okay, I'll give you my time and listen. Doesn't mean they'll invest.
Yeah.
It means they'll give you their time and listen. But now, beyond that, you've got to now go back and do the groundwork and try to find ways to justify each and every component that will go into making your business work.
So, people that don't know your business, right? We leave out of here. What can we look forward to end of 2020 with all this confusion and all this fear, and 2021? Right, you're moving into the production space now. If you want to talk to a client, a potential investor, right, what must they know and what to look out for?
Investor of the business or investor of the ideas under the business?
Both.
It's tough now. It's very tough. It's very tense.
Both.
Gosh. Thato, this is very tough for me. You're making me really like jiva for my money here. As a business, we endeavor to be a federation of black excellence. We endeavor to hold within our human capital people who are committed to the work, not obliged to the work. Because once somebody commits to the work and they've also got a commitment to self for excellence, then you're dealing with a different work rate. Then you're dealing with a different output in terms of the work that people are producing. We don't only want to produce for television. And yes, we have the likes of Thato Molamu who are already ahead of us in the digital space. But we want to take all the things, let me not say all, we want to take some of the ideas that we've participated in and reshape them for a 2020 and this digital space. We want to place in front of you the new faces who are going to carry this business over. We want to understand them insofar as how far do you want to go in this business and what is your vision for yourself and for the business at large. You can have a Mmuso here who's a lawyer who says, I want to be an advocate. But does Mmuso want to own his own firm? Does Mmuso want to move on to become a magistrate? My friend Leroy would have me, because I don't know if that's a possibility once you're an admitted advocate of the High Court, I believe.
Hey, don't get him started. Don't get him started.
We'll have that outside.
We'll have that conversation outside.
Okay.
So it's having a Mmuso and understanding that Mmuso does not belong to me, but for as long as he's in my company, if Mmuso is coming in and saying, Thato is my employer, you've got me for 5 years. In these 5 years, though, I want to grow in these respects.
Okay.
We want to grow black people and send them out there better than they were when they entered our business. Now, when it comes to what we are producing and in terms of the ideas, we have a wide spectrum of ideas. We are not playing to one type of idea. We are also not playing to one type of execution. Because you can sit and compare a lot of businesses, which we are not doing, but we are bringing you to the realization that in their competitiveness, they're also playing to a type of execution.
Planning, strategy, execution, financial models, culture, understanding self, investing in self, breaking those elements of fear. Conrad TV.
Yeah.
We'd like to also have a conversation with you from a content perspective, and I did say that's why we invited you here. So there's a business objective too, because we really are going to be producing a truckload of content.
A whole lot of content.
Right? So we believe also in partnerships that matter.
Yeah.
You know, as a business, for us, it's quite important.
Yeah.
Right? The survival of any economy is in partnerships and collaborations.
100%.
We want to also partner with people that have a plan, that have a clear strategy, and they know exactly what they want to do. So you've got that whole plan, and you've just pointed it out. And I just want to give a big shout out to your mom.
Yeah, man, that's my girl.
Can man, those that don't know who your mom is, who is mommy?
Radio superstar Khomotso Moeketsi. Everybody else calls her KG.
Yes.
The first black woman to have a breakfast show in this country on radio. The first black woman to interview Nelson Mandela on that breakfast show. She has most probably mentored some of your favorites who have been on air, have left air, or even coming onto air. She is one of the most brilliant minds this country has in terms of broadcasting. She understands broadcasting at a broader spectrum because that's another woman who didn't limit herself in terms of her reach. Excuse me. She went and became programs manager for different stations. She went and became station manager for different stations, not only in radio but also in television. She understands what it means to sell the business of broadcasting, but she also understands what it means to speak to the viewer or the listener. That is a woman who's got the broadcasting world in Africa in her palm.
I just did that very purposefully so. Right, because of your mom, man. She gave me one of the greatest interviews on Moja Love, right? I went to a show and, man, she researches before she interviews. So I think because of we celebrating women, right? Absolutely. It was just so that people must know that when she says she's going to do something, she's going to do it because of her mom is that kind of mother, you know?
Just
we gotta wrap it up.
Just
That
one
is
more
so
thing,
sad.
please. Please,
Yeah.
let's be. We own this, so let's.
Are you that guy?
No,
You're gonna get us into trouble.
Just in case you don't know.
listen, right? So, do you ever feel like you are in competition, perceptively, other people's, not yours intrinsically, but do you feel like you are in competition with your mom?
Never. Not a day in my life.
Or people pitch you against her, like not you.
Yeah.
The
but
perception of other people.
do you know what I did? Something that, again, comes down to a lesson she taught me. It came via my being very observant, but also via something I wanted as a child and something she said. I observed that my mother earned the space. I then observed what kids like me, who were children of the business at the time, were acting like. And the way in which my mother was going about raising me whilst watching her in this business. Lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, I am 17, maybe going on 18. I say to my mom, I want a car. Girl. My mother said to me, you'll value it more when you get it for yourself. You've got to earn it so that you value it more when you get it for yourself. So that's when I made the decision, when I was like, yo, I am going for it in this business. I understood that I'm going to earn the respect of this business so that nobody goes, oh, you only got it because. Right? And they're quick to do it. I've seen them do it to many people's children in this business. Oh, no, your song got played on air because you're so-and-so's child. I purposefully, when I walked into this business, I was a Dineo Lone Ranger. Nobody knows whose child I am or where I came from. All they know is that I can do the work and I earn my way up. I earn my way up in mass eyes via the Channel O competition. Not knowing previously to the Channel O competition, I had just done an independent film with a young producer in the game. I had done my first TV show. I had an ad under my belt. It's 3 things, but it's a lot. Not many people can walk in with that in their bag.
That's true.
So I said, nobody will know. I only let this business know maybe 2013, 14, who my mother is. And they went, oh, makes sense. And that's what it was. Yeah. That's all it was, and that's all it's ever been. Yeah.
Well, man.
I think we need to clap again, bro.
You know what I mean? Listen.
Oh
I think
God.
one thing at least we do say, we will definitely have you back.
You better.
I think it's important also to have you back. But thank you very much for coming to Conrad TV.
Thank you so
and
much
we're going to have then this conversation outside. DJ Mbita's going to get us that
Hey,
music.
DJ Mbita's got like a real set. Hey?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I walked in here and I was... It's closed there by the clubs, but it's
just
a club
by the
in
clubs.
here.
You know, if you want to follow at Dineo Langa, Dineo Moketsi on Instagram, where can people catch you very quickly in 20 seconds?
People can catch me now because this is what is of importance.
Yeah.
On the YouTube channel that belongs to the Langas. The Langas. That goes live on Monday. And you guys will know why it goes live on Monday. But yeah, that goes into that and it'll seep into its own different things. And the rest is up to God, man, because he's got some good plans. He sat me down and him and the ancestors were like, no, don't worry, we are...
All right. Please share all the details. Thank you very much, DJ Mbila. As we're going to welcome our next guest, Miss Sonabi Sabata. Ladies and gents, I hope you are ready. Thank you very much to Dineo Langa, the greatest, the latest.
It's Conrad TV, no hearsay. Hey, 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 hey. One thing is certain, it's gonna be crazy, yo.
Conversational Radio TV, just different.
Hey, hey.